The performance is outstanding. We can offer it to the consumer at an affordable price.
Hi everybody, Dean Snell here from Snell Golf, back again for a quick tech talk where you send questions into us. We give you the answers the best we can. And what do we have today?
Today we have a question from Brad Peterson. Is there an advantage to teeing up the ball on the side stamp of the prime models?
So the side stamp issue, or teeing it up along the seam as it used to be called seaming it, that was something that was pretty true back in, I'm going to say maybe 2000. I think Pro V1 came out in 2000, and the dimple pattern on Pro V1 along the seam, the dimples along the seam were in a certain configuration that would cause the golf ball, if you teed it up and you hit it along that seam, it would actually fly a little further. It became pretty well known and everybody started to do it. So people off the tee used to put it and they tee it up and hit it along the seam to try to gain a few extra yards. Two things with that. Number one, it was illegal and had to be fixed, and it was. And number two, when you got out into the fairway and the seam was a little bit sideways where you couldn't touch the ball, now what is it going to do? So everybody didn't know, thinking it was going to go further or not further. But the USGA has a test, it's a symmetry test that we do that we have to adhere by. And the dimple cavities, the dimple patterns are checked at the USGA for symmetry. So they hit the golf ball along the seam and they hit the golf ball across the seam. So, and the ball has to fly the same distance within the same time. With a 270-yard drive, I think it has to land within 0.4 seconds of each other and be within, a half a yard. So the symmetry test is a very tight test, which means that the golf ball has to fly the same no matter how you tee it up. And in order for it to pass that test, it has to fly the same way. So there is no advantage to doing it. Sometimes for people, it's something in their minds to say, geez, I think if I do this, it may go further, or I used to do it. So if you still do it, there's nothing wrong with it. There's no performance advantage to it, but it will, in your own mind, instill some confidence, then keep doing it. But as far as true performance goes, no matter how you tee the ball up, in order for it to be legal, passing the symmetry test, it has to fly the same distance.
The performance is outstanding. We can offer it to the consumer at an affordable price.